Then we go to the Saints and Eagles game. Potentially the return of Jalen Hurts. They might sit him out just to make sure that shoulder's right for the playoffs. Eagles are at home at -7. And even if we have Gardner Minshew in this game, I don't have much faith in the Saints team at this point. Seems like they're kind of out of it at this point. I understand they're still in the NFC South hunt. But Eagles, they just have so much firepower on both sides of the ball. A.J. Brown, the Dallas Goederts of the world, and then obviously their defense is loaded at every helm. At them being favored at a touchdown, I do like them to cover. I think the Eagles are going to take care of business. They're upset with how the Cowboys beat them. Felt like they should have won that game. Some things go their way, and potentially they do win that game. So give me the Eagles to cover. I also like the over-under of 44. Give me the over in that.
Yeah,
I like the Eagles in this game to win and get back to winning ways.
Yeah, tough road trip for the Saints. You have to go to Cleveland, then you're going to Philadelphia in this game. I honestly think the Eagles should rest Jalen Hurts because you want him 100%. I don't think he's one of those guys who's going to fall out of a rhythm in the playoffs because his strength is that he's a dual threat quarterback. So you want him as healthy and on point as possible in the playoffs because he struggles throwing the ball or with timing. He can always run it for 40 yards and pick up a huge chunk play that way and then get his team fired up and motivated. So I think the Eagles' best strategy would be resting Jalen Hurts. I'm not playing him. If you play him, maybe play him for a half and then put Gardner Minshew in there if you're in control of the game, which I think Philadelphia's defense should dominate at home. Andy Dalton, Taysom Hill, that's your offense on the road in Philadelphia. I don't think that's going to be a problem for the Eagles to handle. Take care of business at home. That -7, love the Eagles to cover that. I think they win by 14 points. It's gonna go 27-13.
And then we got another NFC South game, Panthers and Bucks, which is an interesting game because the Bucks, with this win, they'd be 8-8 and looking like the driver's seat of winning that division. But the Panthers have been playing some good football of late. They've won 4 of the last 6. Their defense played really well, shut down the Lions' run game last game, took care of business against them. For the Bucks, it seems like every game has been a clunky battle, putting up anywhere between 17 and 20 points. Their defense has been taking care of business. I don't even know where to put this game. I'm taking the Bucks just based on name recognition, honestly. I think Brady, even though he's had his struggles, I feel like this is a game where the Bucks have to win just for the division and for the balance of the NFL.
The balance, yes, the great balance.
I think I just can't see a world where the Panthers win this division, and they'd be right in the mix if they did. I can't willingly stomach thinking of either a Saints, Panthers, NFC Championship title. I can't do it. NFC South Championship title. So I got to pick the Bucks just based on the fantasy gods alone.
Yeah. Honestly, though, the Bucks really haven't shown me a reason why they would win this game. The Panthers have. The last time they played, I don't know if you remember this, it was the first game without Christian McCaffrey, and the Panthers won 28-3, and the Buccaneers looked hapless. J.C. Horn is just going to match up with Mike Evans and take him out of the game. Seems like Tom Brady and Mike Evans lost any chemistry they had. So I just think this is a game where, hey, if you win this game, you have the tiebreaker with the Bucks. You would have swept them in the season series, and then you have a chance to retire Tom Brady. And as tough as it's going to be, you're going to have to sit up there and say, man, Sam Darnold was the guy who retired Tom Brady. And it's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be as bad as losing to Eli Manning twice in the Super Bowl. It's going to be as bad as losing to Nick Foles. But Tom Brady doesn't lose to Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. He doesn't lose to Peyton Manning in the playoffs that often. He definitely had the better of him throughout their career. Doesn't lose to Aaron Rodgers. Doesn't lose to Drew Brees. He loses to the Nick Foles of the world. He loses to the Eli Mannings of the world who lead the league in interceptions. He loses to Sam Darnold and Chuba Hubbard. It's a wrap. It's over. You struggled versus the Cardinals, though. You were tied with them. The Cardinals
defense has played relatively well.
Oh, my God. They're on their third-string quarterback.
Okay.
They're on their third-string quarterback, and D-Hop didn't even do anything in that game.
The Panthers have had 3 quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold was a first-round pick. He's actually playing decent. Say what you will about Sam Darnold. He's the guy who's seeing ghosts, but he did say he feels better about himself. He went a year without playing football. It seems like Steve Wilkes believes in him. They know how to run the football, and the Bucs are banged up, licking their wounds at this point, and it seems like every single game they play clunkier and clunkier, where you're struggling versus the Cardinals and Cliff Kingsbury with a third-string quarterback, and you had to go to overtime to win that game, where the Panthers just put up 37 versus the Lions, who are a really hot team.
But have a terrible defense.
Yeah, they have a terrible defense, but everyone was saying, oh, the Lions defense are starting to figure it out. They can stop the run game or the pass game. You were saying this. Everyone was picking the Lions to be the overwhelming favorites. The Panthers don't have a shot. And guess what? They stopped them right in their tracks, and that's what they did. And some teams, they just get hot at the end of the season. This is very much Raiders at the end of the year, where you have someone like Richie Bisaccia, in this case, Steve Wilkes, who I think has done an excellent job in recovering the Panthers season. So I just think I don't have. Why would I pick the Bucs to win this game? It seems like they're not. It seems like they want to lose. It seems like they've given up, and the Panthers are like, hey, we can make the playoffs. And guess what? We beat them 21-3, and Steve Wilkes gets to look them in the eye and say, you guys can have a shot to be the team that retired Tom Brady.
Yeah. I can't do it.
Why not?
Why?
Why not? They got the dog. They got Chuba Hubbard.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah, they just dropped 30. They just dropped 37.
Let the dog talk about who the dog is.
Yeah, Tom Brady's the dog.